Just moments before first pitch, shocking news broke that left fans stunned and completely changed the atmosphere heading into the matchup with Cincinnati. This wasn't a rumor or a slow build, it was a last-minute twist that caught everyone off guard and instantly raised questions about how it would impact the game. The timing couldn't have been more dramatic, and the ripple effects of this surprise are already being felt in the dugout, in the stands, and across the league. Why did it happen now? What does it mean for the team's immediate future? And how will rivals react to such an unexpected turn? Stay tuned, because this last-minute bombshell could change everything. What just happened minutes before the game against the Cincinnati Reds has left fans, players, and analysts completely stunned, and honestly, nobody saw this coming. If you're a Dodgers fan or just a baseball lover, you'll want to hear this entire story because it unfolded in such a shocking and unexpected way that even insiders were caught off guard. But before we dive deep into what went down, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss breaking updates, last-minute surprises, and all the stories that shaped the Dodgers season. Trust me, this one is going to be remembered for a long time. So here's the situation. The Dodgers were getting ready to face off against the Cincinnati Reds, and it was supposed to be just another regular matchup, a test of their depth, and an opportunity to grab another key win. But right before first pitch, news broke out of nowhere that completely changed the tone of the game. Fans in the stands were buzzing, reporters scrambled to get confirmation, and social media blew up instantly. This wasn't just some minor change in the lineup. This was the kind of news that has ripple effects across the clubhouse and potentially even the season. The atmosphere in the ballpark shifted immediately because everyone could feel something huge had just dropped. What makes this so unbelievable is the timing. It wasn't hours before, it wasn't earlier in the day, it was literally minutes before the Dodgers were set to take the field. Players were warming up, stretching, getting their game faces on, and then suddenly, bam, everything changed. For a moment, it didn't even feel like anyone knew how to react. Teammates were looking around trying to process it, the coaching staff looked tense, and fans were left wondering if what they were hearing could possibly be real. That's how sudden and shocking this moment was. The big twist? One of the Dodgers' key players was pulled out of the lineup just before the first pitch. At first, everyone thought it might just be a routine rest day, but then the truth started coming out. This wasn't rest. This wasn't part of the plan. This was something that forced the Dodgers to make a last-minute decision that changed their entire approach to the game against Cincinnati. And when you think about how crucial every game is for the Dodgers this season, especially with the division race heating up, the weight of this decision becomes even more dramatic. Fans started speculating right away. Was it an injury? Was it a trade? Did something happen behind the scenes in the clubhouse? You know how baseball Twitter works, it exploded with theories, from the wild to the realistic. And honestly, the fact that nobody saw it coming only added to the frenzy. Even insiders who usually have scoops on the Dodgers were completely blindsided, which shows you just how carefully guarded this news was until it became impossible to keep it quiet. Now let's talk about the ripple effects. When a star player is suddenly taken out minutes before a game, it's not just about replacing a bat in the lineup or a glove in the field. It changes matchups, it changes strategy, and it changes the mindset of both teams. The Reds suddenly had to adjust their pitching plan. The Dodgers had to shuffle their lineup, and you could see players looking at each other like, all right, time to step up. That sense of uncertainty can actually throw a team off rhythm, and the Dodgers knew they were in for a challenge without their expected starter in the lineup. But here's where things get even more dramatic. The timing of this move raised even bigger questions about what the Dodgers are planning. If it's an injury, why wasn't there any indication before? If it's a trade, why would it be finalized right before a game? And if it's disciplinary, then wow, that means something major must have gone down behind closed doors. Each possibility is shocking in its own way, and that's why the fanbase has been buzzing nonstop. You don't get this kind of last-minute shakeup without there being a very serious reason. And while we're talking about trades, it's important to remember the Dodgers are always in the middle of big conversations. They're known for making bold moves to strengthen their roster, and every time something unexpected happens, fans immediately wonder if it's tied to a blockbuster deal. Could this sudden absence be connected to a bigger plan? Could this be the start of something that reshapes the Dodgers roster for the rest of the season? These are the questions everybody has been asking since the moment the announcement hit. What really makes this moment unforgettable, though, is how the players responded. You could see the mix of shock and determination on their faces. They knew they were missing a key piece, but they also knew it was their chance to prove they could rise to the challenge. Sometimes, moments like this actually bring a team closer together. They rally around each other, they dig deeper, and they play with a chip on their shoulder because they know everyone is doubting them after the news. And against a team like the Reds, who have been known to play spoiler, the Dodgers had no choice but to bring that extra fire. Now let's shift to the fan reaction, because honestly, Dodgers fans are some of the most passionate in the league, and they don't hold back when something like this happens. In the stands, you could hear the murmurs spreading like wildfire, and online it was absolute chaos. People were refreshing Twitter every second, trying to get updates, trying to confirm what was happening. Some fans were furious, others were worried, and some were already trying to connect the dots about what this meant for the long-term outlook. That's the beauty and the madness of following a team like the Dodgers. Every single development feels like it could be the turning point of the season. And think about the timing. This isn't happening in spring training or in the middle of a slow week. This is happening in the middle of a season where the Dodgers are chasing greatness, where every game matters, and where the pressure is higher than ever. That's why this news is so dramatic. It doesn't just affect one night's lineup, it could have implications for weeks, maybe even months to come. So as the dust settles, all eyes are on the Dodgers. What's really going on behind the scenes? Is this just a temporary setback, or is it the start of a bigger story? And most importantly, how will the team handle it moving forward? No matter what, this was one of those last-minute bombshells that reminds us why we love sports, because no matter how much you think you know, there's always the chance that something completely unexpected will happen. And that's why you can never look away from the Dodgers. Just when you think it's going to be business as usual, something like this drops and changes everything. Minutes before facing the Reds, nobody expected it, nobody saw it coming, and yet here we are, talking about a moment that could define the season. Stay tuned, because if this is just the beginning, we're in for a wild ride. So Dodgers fans, what do you think? Was this the right move? Do you believe it's an injury, a trade, or something even bigger? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this conversation is just getting started. And remember to like this video and subscribe for all the updates as soon as they happen. Because with the Dodgers, you never know when the next last-minute shocker is about to drop.